Good afternoon. It's Monday, February 9th. Yet another Monday that school is canceled. Good thing we're not in an on-campus class that meets on Monday. They haven't had classes in 3 weeks. But I'm recording this video to demonstrate how to do the grader projects. You see here I'm in my T-Lab course materials, and you see here week 6, which due February the 16th, which is a week from today, the grader capstone project for Word. And so I want to go through the process to just show you how this works and to point out a few things and give you some information about how Grader Project works. So let me go through the process first and then talk a little bit about it. Okay, so I'm going to click to open this folder that has now the final exam for Word. Has two parts. There's a skill-based exam, which is just like the skill-based exams you've been doing so far, so that really doesn't need any further explanation. And there is a grader project, which does perhaps need some explanation. A grader project is a project that's actually done in live Microsoft Office. My IT Lab provides all of the startup files and instructions. And so the process is that we're going to download all the startup files and the instructions. Then you can leave my IT Lab and you follow the instructions and work in Word on your computer. When you finish all of the instructions and the assignment is done, you upload the file, and my IT Lab will grade it, and it will take, perhaps depending on how busy my IT Lab is, it might take an hour or so, but then you will see your grade, and you will also see the graded final project showing you where all the errors are. So the process begins with downloading those files. So here you can either double click on this, or you can click the down arrow and ask to and go to open. And in a minute here, you see we're on this screen now that has 3 parts. And on the top, and then there's this bottom part that's all the instructions, but you're going to download these instructions in a file, but you can look at them here if you want, but they're hard to read here, and we're going to download them all. Okay, so we begin here with part 1, download the files. And now you'll see in just a minute that there's a whole set of files that you have to download. And the file names all come up here. So we want to choose here. I'm not understanding why you're not seeing all the individual names, because I've always seen those before, but for some reason they're not showing up. But it doesn't really matter, because what you want to do is download all the files in a zip file. So you click download all files, zip file. Of course, let's see why this is not working. I just did it and it all worked fine, so you know how this is. Let's try one more time. Okay, there appears to be a JavaScript error here. Let's close this and let's download it again. Now this project is, as it says, a capstone project, and so it has all of the items that you've learned in all 3 Word chapters included in this one document. So let's try it again. Download files. Oh, there they are now. You see there are all the files, and you also see the zip file, and that's what it's best to download. So I'm going to click download all files, zip files. Now the thing that you have to be aware of here is to watch where you're storing them. Be sure that you see what shows up here. The last time I downloaded to my external hard drive to the Spring 15 folder, so that comes up automatically. but you have to be sure that you know where this is going so that you know how to access them later. And so I'm going to put them in this folder, and you see it's a zip file that's coming down, and I'm just going to click Save. And you see then I have now this button here that I can use to unzip these files. Now, once you have this finished, you can close my IT Lab and work live. But I'm going to unzip these first. So I'm going to click the down arrow and say I want to open these. And I get the unzip program, and so I want to extract these files, and I want to extract all of them. And again, it's going to ask you where you want to put them. And if the file, what will come up here automatically is the same place that you saved the zip file. But you can browse and put it somewhere else if you want, but I do want to put it on my external hard drive in the Spring 15 folder, so I'm just going to say extract. And so now you see I have all the files unzipped, ready for me to use. And now you can leave my TLab at this point. I'm just going to stay there because I'm going to want to come back to it to show you some other things. But you see here, there are a number of files and a couple of 4 Word documents and 2 image files. And these are the files that will be referred to in the instructions. Okay, the first Word file, I'm going to open this, and this is, you'll see, the instructions along with the grading rubric. Okay, so you can print this out if you want. These are all the instructions that you're going to file, or that you're going to complete. And here are the points, the maximum number of points that can be awarded for each item. Now, if you get the item totally correct, you'll get the maximum number of points. But my IT Lab will also give partial credit if you have things partially correct. And so you see it takes, here for example, it says, insert the picture, there's the picture name, and that picture is right here. There's the download racing picture in the folder that I downloaded from my IT Lab. And so when you get to the end of this, and you'll see there are quite a number of items, its value is 100 points. Okay, now the starting file is here. It's called Go Word Capstone 1 Grader Doc. And I'm going to open this to show you what it is. Okay, so this is the startup file. If you've been working on the projects in the textbook, you're familiar with there's always a startup file. And so you use this file and you follow this set of instructions. Okay, so all of these instructions are completed in this Word file. And so it's one big file with several different, what you could consider individual documents, but they are arranged as pages in this one large grader project. Okay, you can save this under a different name if you want. You can work on it and leave and come back, but you must complete everything in this file that you downloaded. So when you get all of this finished, then you'll return to my IT Lab. You'll come back to the grader project and click it again. And this time, you're going to upload the completed file. So it's just like you've uploaded things before. You click Upload the completed file. You choose a file. You browse to find it. And it will be here where you downloaded. And you'll just click the file that you want, click Open, and then I'll just do this, but I won't follow this, and then upload the file. Okay. And then when you upload the file, then you click the button that says Finish and Submit for grading. And then you're done. You can return to the course. This is a separate separate window, so you can close this window, and then you'll be back. If I just minimize it, you see you're back here in my IT Lab, and you just log out of my IT Lab. And it takes, like I said, an hour, maybe half a day if it's really a busy time, for my IT Lab to grade that file and then show you the grade. Now, let me just take a minute to go to a class from last semester so that I can show you what you'll see. So if you just give me a minute here, I will find a course from last semester and get rid of my students' names. Okay, so I want to go to the instructor gradebook, and I want to just show you IDs. And here at the end of my are all the grader projects. Okay, so I'm going to pick one that had a few errors in it, and I can just click this down arrow and ask to see the submission. And this is what you'll see. So here then is the grading rubric for this student, and it tells what they got right and what they got wrong. And I can look at the summary report. It will tell me all the things that they got right or wrong. I can also ask to see the markup report. This is a file, again, which I'd have to download. You'd have to download it to your, and then now you'll see here, okay, all the items that they got points taken off for, as well as the document itself, which will have comments showing exactly what got taken off, and it also refers to things by the number of the instruction. This was instruction number 6, and this was the error. So you'll know exactly why you got the points that you did and what you got them taken off for. Now, the thing about this is that my IT Lab the grader projects do what we call checks for to see that the work was yours. Okay, and so what they do is they look to be sure that there is a code implanted in the document that you download. And when you upload that file, my IT Lab is going to look at that code to make sure that it's the same code that you downloaded. It's called an integrity check. It will also look to see that nothing has been cut and pasted from another document into yours. So it's looking to see, as to the extent that it possibly can, which is a fairly large extent, that you did your own work. If I have had students who have, for one reason or another, used another student's file. In some cases, it was kind of innocent. They used the starting file of the other person. They did the work themselves, but it's an integrity violation according to my IT Lab standards. And I will actually be able to see the student whose work was included in your file and submitted as yours. So we go through to a very great extent to be sure that you're doing your own work and that nobody is copying your work unbeknownst to you, and that everybody's getting the grade that they earned and that they deserve. So it's a very simple process, but I did just want to go through it. This is due next Monday, the 17th by midnight. You will also have access to the skill-based exams for all of the chapters 1, 2, and 3 in my IT Lab until Monday at midnight. And then Monday at midnight, those exam links will expire. You will continue to have access to my IT Lab Grader project. But if you turn it in beyond Monday night at midnight, you're only going to get half credit for it. So I urge all of you to get this turned in on time, both the grader project and the skill-based exam that's part of the final grade. So if you have any questions about this, be sure to send me some email and let me know. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.